My name is Derek, and we are here with Mr.Stacky, and we're going to show you our 4-tower DIY deep water culture. And we're going to do a short video on how to set it all up and explain what we use this system for. It's a 16-gallon reservoir, and basically it's for growing larger plants, tree-like plants or trees. You could grow all the way up to 80 inches in one of these systems. It comes with each of these reservoirs comes with an Airstone. It comes with a 1/4-inch tubing and a 1/2-inch tubing for water. It also comes with a water pump and air pump. So it both feeds it air to each of the systems, each of the reservoirs, and it also keeps the water fresh and recirculating throughout the system to keep all your nutrients fresh and to give it fresh water for whatever you're decided to grow. Start off with the first step. The first step is basically you want to lay everything out sort of like how I have everything. Make sure you have all your pieces here. All your tubing is going to go right where your drip lines are attached. Okay, I already attached these ones, but basically all you have to do is just unscrew it, place it into the holes, and then screw the top piece. And there will be a rubber seal. Make sure the rubber seal is on the back end of the reservoir, okay, to ensure that there is no leaking. Okay, and then each of these reservoirs comes with the Airstone. Okay, so then we're going to move over here. We have our air pump. Okay, 4 ports where it's going to provide your air. Okay, and then these are the hosing, which is a 1/4-inch, 1/4-inch hosing, tube hosing. And then it also comes with a drip line on the bottom, which you're going to attach your 1/2-inch black tubing to the reservoir. And what we have here is a water pump that's going to come with your shipment. And we also, all these are going to be individually in a bag. You're going to have to take all these apart and separate it just how I separated it. So we have this fitting right here, which is going to screw on top of the water pump. Just make sure it's nice and tightly secured. Okay, and then you'll have your it's about 12-inch 1/2-inch black tubing. Okay, and it's going to, you're going to go ahead and make sure it's firmly pressed and make sure it's nice and tight. And then you're going to have a elbow fitting attached to your drain fitting. And as you can see here, there's a rubber seal. You want to make sure the rubber seal is on the back side of the reservoir. And then you're going to go ahead right here where your self-leveling clear tubing is, right here. Okay, which basically holds the air pump up top. And then I'm going to go ahead and assemble the 1/2-inch tubing for you. Okay, so the way I would do it, I would start with your first reservoir. Okay, this is about, I'd say about 25 inches long. And then you also have a T-fitting right here. Okay, so it's a 1/2-inch T-fitting. You're going to go ahead and push on your clear tubing nice and tight till it goes all the way to the back of your drain fitting. Then you're going to come over here and you'll have 2 small pieces of your 1/2-inch black tubing. You're going to go ahead and push both of those on nice and tight. And then once it's nice and tight and firm, go ahead and push your tubing onto the drain fitting. Okay, then you're going to come over here and you're going to come in between here. These are about 15 inches and do the same. And the reason for this is once your water pump is pumped in, it's going to recirculate all the water throughout your system, keeping your water fresh. And once you add your nutrients, it's going to keep recirculating all those nutrients so that you have fresh nutrients and plant food at all times. Because if not, the nutrients will settle at the bottom and your plants won't get the food that it needs and the nutrients that it needs. So this is what it will look like when it's all assembled. Okay. And so there you go. Then you can go ahead and place all your lids on top. Now you want to make sure that you'll have this little notch right here. When you go ahead and assemble it, you want to make sure your notch is facing towards the inside, because this is where your 1/4 inch tubing is going to go into, okay? So then we're going to come over here and we're going to start with the 1/2 inch or the 1/4 inch tubing. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and place it on the first one to the left. It might be a little bit difficult to push this on at first, but just try to do your best. And so we're going to take this 1/4 inch tubing and we're going to put it behind the handle, okay? Pull it through as such. And then what we do is you're going to take a stake and you're going to go ahead and push it down. And then if you really want to, you could use a zip tie or something like that to keep it tight. Okay, so I'm actually going to grab a couple here and place them right here where they're going to go. Okay, so we're going to go over here and come up in between here, and right where the little notch is, that's where you're going to go ahead and bring your tubing into. Okay, see, it should look like that. Okay, so then on the inside here, if you look, okay, you have your Airstone. You're going to go ahead and do the same. Put your tubing on your Airstone. Go ahead and center it how you like it. How you like. I try to get it as centered as possible. Go ahead and put your lid back on top. And then go ahead with the other two. Basically, we're kind of going along to see how we can improve it each time. And once everything is nice and good, then we can move on to the next step, which is go ahead and place your 6-inch bucket lids on top, okay? And I think this is probably one of our best products. I mean, so then you can take your clay pebbles, that's what it'll look like. And then you're gonna go ahead. So your air knob controls your airflow input. So to the right is high, and if you want it lower, is working properly. So there you go. Looks really on the video. So the Airstone looks really good, it's working. You can hear the machine working. And the Airstone looks really good here as well. Where your water level's at, okay? And then as you water, it's gonna go ahead and fill up each of the individual reservoirs. And then basically that's it. You wanna make sure that the water pretty much barely touches the bottom of your 6-inch bucket lids. And you don't wanna because you're gonna hurt your roots, and you don't want to drown your roots, okay? So thank you very much. I hope you like it. And once again, this is Derek from Mr.Stacky, and I hope you like our product. Thank you very much.